Ooh. Hello and welcome to Wednesday Night Onlyfigs. Still getting used to this live thing somehow. I am your host, Mr. Martin Toyfer, and I am joined by the founder of the Neck Illuminati, the delayer of shipments, the procrastinator of pre-orders, the perfect person, the two-time daddy. My YouTube wife, Mrs. Martin Toyfer, Jamar_Games. But that's not all. We're also joined by the consumer of all things vile, one of the former co-hosts of the Fearly Speaking podcast, one of the man with more titties than anyone else, Corey! And last but not least, we have the man Martin Toyfer has full custody over. The man known as Bearded Spice. The man Officer's Prime Pop-Teen refuses to stop. The Twilight Knight, the Master of Mac, the three-pump chump of taking this show off the rails, Nate!
What's up?
How's everybody doing this week?
I'm doing great. How are the rest of you?
Fantastic.
I am so much better after that conversation we just had before we went live.
Yeah, I too am doing pleasant.
I do want to ask though about how you're getting used to this live thing, because Onlyfigs was always live.
Well, the problem is I have more tabs now in OBS.
Oh,
because I have the podcast intro, plus I have the starting soon, plus I have the Onlyfigs intro. So like the way they're arranged, sometimes I click the wrong one.
Why don't you just set up two different like scenes? So one for Onlyfigs and one for the podcast, so that you don't have two different. So then when it's podcast, you just put it on podcast. When it's on Onlyfigs, you go to Onlyfigs, and then you don't have to worry.
You know, because
Well, now you
sometimes
tell them.
you don't think of that, Jamar.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Because
I've definitely
sometimes
been there.
you just figure it out and it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
All right.
To me, that was just like mom and dad arguing, and it was just like wah 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 wah. Like I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. Like tabs and internet. I don't know. I don't get this.
It's just magic. That's all.
Oh man, how is that? They were saying, Jamar, don't you change anything, Jamar. I raised your level, but chat was saying you're low. Don't you fucking change anything, because I just fixed your level.
Am I low now?
Oh my god, I hate you.
No, I mean I'm just talking.
Yeah.
I didn't change anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yes. You didn't have to correct yourself about how to spell his name. Thank you though, Dennis. But is it better now that I've
How was
raised
it spelled?
He spelled it like everyone else does, with the JMAR.
That's Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar. I mean, that's how you were in my phone for however long, until finally you told me it was Jarmar, and I'm like, oh.
I just recently corrected your name from the way I thought Michael was always spelled.
Yeah, so I don't feel as bad.
I just didn't know that people switched a and a E around like that, but
I mean, literally every Michael is always been that way.
not the store.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's where I sent the picture. I was like, it's not that the store is spelled different. And I was like,
it's
how
not.
did you work there and it had the wrong spelling of Michael?
Is this like
No, it's not. Their website is literally michaels.com.
PH.
See? Oh, you can't see it because it's not going to show up, but you can kind of see it.
Oh,
Michaels. It is AELS.
All right, you guys better start talking about action figures right now.
All right, Dennis says your audio is
That's a
better.
good point.
How's it going, everybody? Fig Fan Samurai and Dennis are in the chat. How you doing, guys? Nate, what do you have for us for the numbers?
I'm having some internet issues. Well, not internet issues, but connectivity issues on my phone to my
Internet?
I can't look things up on my phone right now.
Did you look up something you shouldn't have, and now you've got
You're
parental controls that
No,
you're not allowed to
you're
look things up
right now, are
anymore?
No, it's just right now, like anytime I open my phone, and this never used to happen until just recently, but anytime I have my earbuds in connected to the iPad and I open up my phone, it connects to my phone and takes me off the iPad.
like the switching. God, I'm pretty. There's a setting to stop it from doing that. I can't think off the top of my head, and it probably would be.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you at some point here.
He won't.
Not today.
Yeah.
He'll forget.
So,
because
yeah.
we'll leave here and we'll never talk about it again.
I'm gonna have to. I got a number. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually almost positive that I have asked this one before, but that's okay because
We won't remember
you
either,
guys don't
so-
really remember.
Yeah.
I
I couldn't tell you like 90% of the things we've done for the numbers game.
Yeah, the fun thing I'm going to do here is I'm not going to give you a range, which Michael
damn it.
absolutely loves. He tells me every time. He's come up to me with tears in his eyes, and he says, "I love it when you don't give us a range, and it just makes me feel so special, and no one has ever made him feel more special than I do." And I thought about that for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? A lot of people feel that way, so I really didn't feel any extra attachment to Michael necessarily, but. So the number is, well, the number's not. I'm
You gonna tell us the number? That's gonna make it real easy.
Now guess what it is.
Now we have to guess what the
14.
question was.
Guess
It's
what
like
the question
Jeopardy.
is.
Yes.
72.
That would be fun.
Guess the question.
So in 1985, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time was released, and that movie is, of course, Teen Wolf. Some would say the better Michael J. Fox movie released in 1985. I don't know, but certainly the one I watched the most of. But what number was Scott Howard's jersey?
Oh, you have not asked this one. I know that for sure. Something that obscure would fucking been like stood out.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my marker?
It is pretty obscure. I get it because I love this movie, and I also do love Back to the Future. I'm joking, but I watched both of those movies a ton. But Teen Wolf was, and I do say it is the greatest sports movie ever made.
Excuse you. Did you never watch the great film Air Bud? Come on.
Here's the thing. There has been a lot of
the first one.
There's been a lot of controversy over the dog safety over the
That's
years
fair.
that
That's
have come
fair.
out, and because I get what you're saying. That's such a
It's
a great movie, but yeah, that does taint it a little bit. But yeah, definitely in the top 5.
But that was back in the day when they do anything to animals.
Yeah. Like,
You know,
did you ever hear? Like, my kid was the first one to tell me about like how many cats died on Milo and Otis.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems like
They went through
a
like
little
6
bit
or 7 cats
unnecessary.
on that movie.
I will say Air Bud got a lot more sequels than Teen Wolf.
Oh,
This is true.
Ooh.
No, he's not wrong. And the one we did get was awful.
Well, so were a lot of the Air Bud sequels.
Yeah, so that's not really a.
I would be interested to see what's worse, Teen Wolf 2 or one of the many Air Bud sequels, because Teen Wolf 2 is horrible.
Yeah, but we have Jason Blum in it.
No,
And-
Jason Bateman.
Bateman.
yeah, or what's his name in?
Jason Blum is the
That TV
owner of
show
Blue
I
Box,
love.
isn't it?
Oh, Michael.
Bluth.
Michael Bluth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Blum.
I was like,
Whatever.
what?
We got it.
Lex Lingo says like Mike.
Oh,
As the
okay.
best sports movie.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. I watched that movie multiple times on my honeymoon. That and From Justin to Kelly. I watched From Justin to Kelly like 6 times. To clarify and provide context, we were on a cruise ship,
and that was
and the
the-
only 3 movies that they were showing were Like Mike, From Justin to Kelly, and Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
You know why that was?
Why?
Because they only had
And you-
those 3 VHSs, so it's not like today where they could just stream it.
Right. I'm sure. It was probably something more than VHSs, but
Is how long ago? Yeah, if it
DVD,
was
my bad.
VHS, how long ago?
well, I mean, I've been married for 21 years.
Yeah.
So
51.
21.
No, I know.
51.
But VHS, I guess it really.
VHS
wasn't
was
as
still
long
around in
as
the
it-
early 2000s.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
DVD did not take over until like mid
It
2000.
was right around when PlayStation.
So,
2
Yeah,
came.
Revenge of the Sith was the first movie, like first major movie not to get a VHS release. That was in 2005.
Really?
So I have a funny story about VHS tapes. When my daughter was born, in 2008, they still had VHS players in the hotel or the hospital rooms, and they were like, "So you can sleep on the cot, and while your wife is, sleeping, you can go out into the hallway, and we have VHS tapes. You can watch a movie." And I'm looking in the hallway, and it's all like these family films. But then there is
Naughty Nurses
Fair
5.
Game.
Oh.
Fair Game.
Oh,
starring,
it's Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford, and it's shrink wrapped still, so nobody's watched it yet, right? And I'm like, I'll check this out. I put it in, and if you've ever seen that movie, there is a softcore porn sequence of genitalia being shown in that movie, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what if the nurse comes in right now and
While you're just
tells
watching
me-
softcore porn while you're.
Something tells me
like,
she's
holding
seen
my
that.
newborn baby
No,
and
it
my
was
wife,
shrink wrap.
I mean,
sitting
especially what floor she was on.
Yeah,
He's
that's
probably
fair.
familiar with genitalia.
so weird.
Not.
Fun fact:
Maybe not both sets.
that movie. Oh, this would be a fun trivia question, but it's not a numbers game. That movie or the book has 2 adaptations done on it with 2 different titles. One is Fair Game with Billy Baldwin and Cindy Crawford. The other is Cobra with Sylvester Stallone and
Shut
Brigitte
up.
Nielsen. Yes,
Shut up. No way.
because they're both like cops protecting a model. Like that's the basis of the story from that novel.
That's
But
unbelievable.
another fun thing that comes from that, because the script got changed so radically because Sylvester Stallone rewrote it. He was originally supposed to be in Beverly Hills Cop. It wasn't supposed to much be a comedy. And he rewrote the script and changed it all. And then they didn't like it. And so he took a lot of that stuff and put it in Cobra as well, based around that story.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I feel like you totally could have made all that up, and I would still believe you.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't. Look it up. It's on. I mean, look it up.
That's actually amazing that out of any movie, like I said,
Yeah.
you knew
Since
that
you brought that.
crazy
Yeah.
ass.
That fun fact. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, all right. Don't worry, Boogeyman, you have not missed anything, even though you came in a little late.
I mean, didn't he?
I thought that was pretty damn
Didn't he?
good.
That's
Are we ready?
something that would come up on trivia.
All right. Yeah. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
3, 2,
Oh, shit.
1.
Oh.
Fuck.
So
Oh.
close. I thought it was 44, but
Yeah.
I
But that's great. That's
Well,
really good.
Yeah, I thought it was 44 because that's what I wrote down. So
Yeah, clearly.
Guide to
the funny
Galaxy.
thing, I've seen Teen Wolf maybe one time, and I didn't remember the number. I just remember you showing this figure off one time, and I was like, I think it's in its 40s. So.
I
Yeah.
have never seen it, and I did not remember. I knew you showed off that figure, but I didn't remember.
You've
that.
never seen it?
No.
You gotta. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't hold up for someone like other. I mean, me, I'm sure it's pure nostalgia, and it's probably sucks. But you got to see it. It's great.
The thing I remember most is how sweaty they get in the basketball game.
Yeah.
They get super sweaty. His like chubby buddy is just
Yeah.
like a waterfall all the
Yeah.
It
time.
was like
Yeah. At one point, he goes and just an explosion of water.
I would have to
Yeah.
like, YouTube now what I'm thinking of just to make sure it was a single movie. But yeah, so my weekly purchases are brought to you by a thrifty mother. It's my mom. So she likes to hit up
Oh.
like these little bin store things. And my
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
our
yeah.
experience with bin store. And she texts me, and a lot of times when she texts me something, I'm like, no, please don't buy that. I don't need it. But it was on $4 day, and she was like, hey, she said, does my grandson, does Ezzy have any Ninja Turtles? Does he have these? And I was like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What about me? Like, so
You're like,
she
I don't
sent
care
me a
about him.
picture. Yeah, and one of the things I did have, and the other thing I didn't, but it was the glow in the dark turtle set. So I
Oh
have
shit!
Nice.
Donatello, which I already had Donatello. He's right on my desk, and but then I had Mikey. So for
Yeah.
$4, she
Heck
bought him,
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna open them and give my son Donnie. We'll see. Maybe I decide to do that, but. The sad thing is, she did find 2 of the storage cell like re-releases, and they were like still in the box on card. They were like really, really great condition for like the bin store. Like again, if you have never been to a bin store, like it's insane that these are in really great condition. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put those on my wall. Like I already have them, here, but I'll just put them on the wall. And then I go upstairs and I come back down and my mom's ripping them open for my son. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, those are his now. So I didn't show them off. I was like, I'm not showing them off. And then the funny thing is she's trying to pull, it was the Mikey and Donnie one as well. Or no, it was Mikey and Raph, but she was pulling the Raph one out of the packaging and she didn't like clip everything and stuff. And she ripped out and his arm came off. So she instantly broke it, and I had like this sort of like response of not like, oh no, you broke it, but like, oh my god, I remember you doing this to one of my toys. It was like one of those like
You had you
out.
heard the Apache helicopters flying by with Fortunate Son playing in the background.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And I told her that I was like, I now recall you breaking one of my toys, like when you were opening it on my birthday or something. And she's like, I've never broken anything. And
Like you literally just broke that poor turtle's arm.
But yeah, she's like, I used to buy Ninja Turtles for you when you were a kid, and now I'm buying them for your son. She's like, oh wow.
Yeah,
like,
they're supposed to be for me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's literally it, man. That's about. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's all. That's all I have.
All right. I don't have a fun story like that, but I had something. So earlier we were talking, and I was like, yeah, no, all my stuff isn't showing up till tomorrow. And then while I was out running errands, I got a notification from DHL saying my package was delivered. So I got back, and this was delivered. The Mafex Nightfall Batman. And while I'm not like a huge fan of like this version of Batman, because I don't like the yellow emblem, the cape is a huge improvement. I'm sorry. The cape is a huge improvement.
That's my Batman.
Okay, that's great. Mine is more of the like Hush Batman. I like the big like black bat emblem. Actually, I mean, if anything, mine's more the Dark Knight Returns Batman, but I like my big beefy. Yeah. But yeah, no, like the I hope that they do more variations, because they've improved a lot since they made that Hush Batman, and like it's pretty dope.
That cape is very very expressive.
It is, 'cause it's got 4 wires in it, and so he comes with 2 capes, because he has the neck piece that has the little horn things on his shoulder for the cape. And I decided, I'm like, well, realistically, I'm never going to switch them out anyway. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the second one here, and I'm going to dye it and try to see if I can do a cape swap on the Hush Batman to give him a better cape. Because his cape is pretty okay.
Is it mid?
Yes, it's pretty mid.
Okay.
You're a fucking madman. You know that?
What, because I customize my figures?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's just the way it was said out loud. You were like, I'm going to dye this cape.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I am dyeing an action figure, piece of action figure cloth for a custom figure for me. So I was like,
So you're...
I do that too.
Yeah, I went out and I found like a color.
The fucking dye I bought.
Yep. The good old smoky blue, because that was a little closest one I could get to what looks like the blue they used on the Hush Batman. So fingers crossed.
Shouldn't Hush be black?
Well, they did both. They did black and they did the navy blue.
Okay.
Yeah, when the story starts, he's in the blue and gray.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't think he's in the black at all. Is he in the black at all?
I think on some of the covers he's in the black.
I guess now that I think about it, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think on some of the covers.
I just got
in
so
black,
used
but
to it
it's
being black for the longest time.
Which is really unfortunate because Mafex, for whatever reason, packaged the gargoyle stand with the black version, but that cover that gargoyle's from, he's got the blue, so it's like
definitely blue.
So it's like,
They
what?
did that on purpose. They totally did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they wanted to make sure, because they were probably worried that the black wouldn't sell as well, but like everyone wanted both anyway.
They totally did it on purpose. No cap.
That was it. That was lit.
I like how you like were excited to say it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just mispronounced cape.
No
cape.
cape, bro.
No cape, bro.
I'm not
I
flying.
ain't caping.
I ain't flying.
Wish I could find electric Superman. # no cape.
So before we move forward, we've got some chat to catch up on.
Oh shoot.
So Boogeyman says, I came in to softcore porn talk, just a normal night on Onlyfigs. Dennis followed up with such a random number to have. Boogeyman, a follow-up question, who has seen Teen Wolf 2 with Jason Bateman?
It's terrible.
Dennis, that you did miss.
It's kind of the same movie.
It's exactly the same movie. It's just it's Scott's cousin who's a boxer.
Okay.
Like a boxer, like he turns into a boxer dog?
Like he turns into a werewolf who boxes.
That would be so funny.
That would have been better.
That would be so funny. And he just has like a frown the whole time.
He's like,
The cover for this looks so bad. But also, we need a team, I was gonna say Team Mom too. We need a Teen Wolf 3, and then he could be an MMA fighter.
well, listen, they apparently did an animated series that Boogeyman's
They did do an
asking if anyone
animated series.
watched.
Yeah.
I did. The real bummer there is when Shout Factory / Scream Factory released Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2 on Blu-ray. They also solicited the Teen Wolf cartoon on a DVD set, and then right before the release date, they're like, "Nope, sorry, can't do it." So they must have got snagged at the last minute with somebody who held the rights,
Or
So-
they were like, nobody wants this.
except for one guy.
There's like one
in
guy in
Ohio.
Ohio, and he's not
Yeah.
going to buy all 300 copies, so...
Yeah.
I feel like we need to watch the opening credits of the Teen Wolf cartoon show. It's like one cartoon. I don't know what it is. It's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Is it my...
Oh, there he is. He's kind of...
Hello?
He's moving.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's me.
You were kind of like robot a little bit, so you were getting like every other word.
Oh, me?
No, him. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Have
I
you been
was gonna
talking this
say,
entire
wait a
time?
minute. That's why I
Who,
was
me?
so confused. I was like, wait a minute.
No, Corey, the only person who was fucking talking. Jesus Christ.
I was just wondering if he was robotic for. It was just me. That
No, he was robotic for
or-
everybody.
Yeah.
I
I got you. Okay.
Dennis says, great fix. I think and then he corrects himself to Fig. You have to show that off when you're done? Oh, 100% will. That'll probably be the next Onlyfigs in 2 weeks. How deep do you think they'll go in the night with Nightfall? I don't see them going super deep. We might get a redeco of Batman that's either battle damaged or has like the black shadowing for like the cell shading. But I don't see them going super deep because they've already done Azrael. They've got Bane coming out this month. Batman just came out. I don't see them doing much more than that, unfortunately. Lex Luthor.
Maybe Robin or Nightwing.
I wouldn't mind getting either of those, really. I don't know if they do it because they still haven't done Robin from Hush.
Nightwing would just be an easy one because they just repaint the body.
Didn't he have? I thought he had that weird yellow checkered thing in that.
Yeah.
Well, they don't do just like shitty repaints like it's a fucking Hasbro or a McFarlane. They'll resculpt it and make it like a lot nicer. Especially considering how much you pay for them, they ain't gonna. They know that people aren't gonna pay for just a repaint like that, unless it's literally like something like Batman in black versus blue. Lex
Yeah.
Lingo says Team Wolf Mom 3, a new breed.
I mean,
There's your
I'd watch
MTV spinoff.
wasn't there a Teen Wolf show on MTV?
Yes.
They didn't have
Not
anything to do
connected.
with the
I
movie
mean,
at all.
it doesn't carry on the movie legacy. I believe the dude's name is Scott Howard in it, but it's like a drama.
So it's basically just they took the original, revamped it
Yeah.
for their
They
purposes.
Riverdaled it.
revamped. It was no vampires in it.
Ah. All right, Corey, what you got?
So I took advantage of Hasbro's Power Days sales,
So what now?
and I got my first. What's that?
I apparently missed this. What Power Days?
It's going on right now. Yeah, you have to spend over $75, and if you're a Hasbro, what are they called? I don't know.
Premium,
If you're part
whatever.
of their club or whatever,
Hasbro
like
Plus.
you pay that month. Yeah, whatever. And then you put in promo code promo35, you get 35% off.
That's only if you're one of the fancy people.
Right, but you could also put in Power 15 if you're not, and you get 15% off.
You put in promo code Modern Toy Fair. What do you?
And you
get?
get
Get nothing.
0% off.
Zero.
It's actually
They actually charge you more.
yeah.
Like, oh, those fucks used us to get monetized. We're gonna make you pay.
But yeah, so I bought a couple of Marvel Legends that I was missing out on. I got a couple in the mail, but I'm waiting on a couple. I don't know why the hell they did that, but I picked up all of, like, I pretty much have like most of the these waves that you guys told me were
Fan channel.
exclusive. Yeah, fan channel exclusives. So I got her, which I know nothing about Lady
I was say I don't know
Bullseye.
who the fuck that is.
Lady Bullseye, I guess, right? I'm like, I don't know, but she comes with it. I wish I put her fan in her hand, but she comes with these like flippy fans that I guess she fights with. I don't know. She's Daredevil villain apparently. But Bullseye doesn't look anything like this, but this is Lady Bullseye, and
Bullseye
then
on her.
I think on her shoulder she had one.
on her forehead.
She got one on her
Oh,
thigh
okay.
too.
She got one on her thigh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one either.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Daredevil can't see. So does it really matter what the bullseyes are?
He fights him naked. She fights him naked. But and then Justice to finish out or to go on the new Warriors.
I feel like if someone took Gambit and made
I
him
was gonna say.
Superman, that's what you'd get.
He's a little too young looking for like Justice. What I remember Justice looking, but I mean, I guess it's the new Warriors, so they're all like super young, supposed to be or whatever. But he's cool. I just never wanted to pay, full price for these characters at all.
Did they do like something with his collarbone to make it so the cape like is molded into his chest, or is it just got a spot in the back? 'Cause I didn't see a scene.
Oh, it goes. It's like.
Oh, so it's
that
molded
is the
down to.
scene.
That's
it's
fucking
molded.
cool.
Yeah.
Good on them for
So-
some new ingenuity with that. Like that's really cool.
Right, and then to do it on like this character that everybody was like, meh, okay,
Yeah, like to put all that effort into a character I don't even know who the fuck it is.
He's kind of mid.
Justice.
But
He's definitely
he's definitely mid. I don't know who.
Straight
I,
no cap.
I don't know who they would even do that to, in like big name characters though, because there aren't
like
really
the
that.
Sentry. The Sentry kind of
Yeah, okay,
doesn't have an outfit like that.
maybe.
But yeah. So the Void Wave and then the Mindless One Wave are on discount right now. So you get them now for like $16 a piece. So I
Is
mean,
that
that's not
before or
bad.
after the 35%?
That's
club?
after. That's
Okay.
the price they are now. But I definitely wasn't paying no 24 for these characters. But I started putting together the Mindless One, and he's really cool.
Ooh.
He's got this crazy energy attachment that does come off. So
Oh, okay. Why can't they do
Yeah.
that with Cyclops?
I think they did in the last figure.
Did they?
I think he's got some type of energy attachment. I'll have to look if he can clip it on or not. But yeah, he's pretty cool. It's not every day you get some Doctor Strange villains, you know. So, and then
So is that the reason why you bought the Wave? Was for the Build-A-Figure, I
Oh
assume?
yeah.
Okay.
I wanted this guy. Well, I mean, the Wave also has like the ones I had already bought. Like I bought the ones that were important to me, you know, a long time ago, which was Power Man, vintage Power Man, 70s Power Man, and then Blade, updated version of Blade. So, I already had those two guys, but yep, just waiting on my last couple, and I'll be able to put him together. But then,
Trippa Ninja says that the X-Men 97 Cyclops has the blast effect. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I knew it was on on one of them. I just couldn't remember who. But it wouldn't be me Corey showing action figures off without showing some McFarlane stuff. So I did pick up a couple of these guys. What are these? Page punchers. Superman has this goofy ass suit on, but he comes with all of this nutty Total Justice armor, you know, that is so reminiscent of the 90s, and that's actually kind of why I bought it. It was like,
I was going to say, you didn't seem thrilled with it, so I was confused why you bought it at first.
Yeah, this was like the fun part, you know. But what makes me mad is that the Zor-El, the Earth 2 Superman, his variant figure, so his normal figure comes just like this, right? Just like figure. And then his variant figure comes with all this same armor attachments, but in different colors. And it's like, so, and you take off all the armor, it's the same figure that the normal
Seems like a smart
release
move to me.
it just bugs the shit out of me. It's like, you should have done a repaint, not like a figure with different accessories now. Like that's like completely off the normal of what he does. But
Dennis wants to know how the cape works with the armor.
so like,
So like a
the
slot.
armor, yeah, the armor just kind of tucks it up.
Oh, so it just hangs underneath. Okay.
And it hangs up. He's got all sorts of weird, goofy things. He's got like this weird ass muzzle. I don't know what that's for.
So he doesn't bite people.
Duh.
It's so reminiscent of old ass Total Justice figures. And when Total Justice came out, I was like, these are so fun. But I don't like the cape. I hate this material, whatever this is made out of. It feels like gym shorts. There's no wire in these, which these are the more expensive figures, so I don't quite understand that.
Well, that's why they have so much sculpt.
Yeah, right. This is, let me see. This is, I think, one of the best Superman faces, but the problem is like he has this like story specific scar on his face, and I'm like, he kind of boned it with that scar or whatever.
He looks
and then
fat.
I say he does look like if Superman
like super thick
lost
jaw.
the.
Yeah, it's like a bigger jawline.
But
Looks like Peter Griffin. Or, no, not Peter Griffin. The other guy.
Oh,
Quagmire.
Joe Swanson.
Or him.
I
yeah.
swear to God.
Oh,
I
Quagmire.
swear to God, Lois.
He's just
I
got
swear
that
to
big.
God.
It's
One more time.
Quagmire. That's what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Giggity,
I need
giggity.
to see.
Yeah.
Like it does have like the wider bottom jaw.
Yeah.
Like the
It could just
But,
come down with this weird like upside down cone of a shape.
I think he's cool. I'm gonna have to like get some. I'm gonna have to like get that piece of yellow paint off of his S. I don't like that. But that's the shitty thing is that when this was on, you
It's
couldn't see it.
Oh.
So whatever. I can't find the variant figures at all. But and then I picked up this one too, and it's Brainiac. This one's cooler, I think. I think this figure is cooler. But the issue with this one is I feel like he's too small. He's too lanky. Like for like if this was a 6-inch line, it would look a lot. It would fit a lot more. Like he's not menacing at all at this size. Like
So no, the Superman looking like he's from Gears of War.
right. Well, the coolest part about all of these is that when they started these page punchers, they came with comic books, and they were just like repackages of junk comic books that they're like DC was like, hey, nobody bought this one, throw it in there. But now Page Punchers actually has their own 4-issue miniseries that is reflective of the characters. So like Superman.
That was my question. Okay.
Yeah. So like, it's a lot cooler now because it's actually big name artists and stuff like on these. So I think that's cool, and it kind of pushes you more towards hey, now I need to get them all because I want to find out what happens in the story. But I don't know, the variant of him is kind of cool. It looks like it's just like this, but it's like all black, and the face looks like human Brainiac, but it looks like just like skin stretched over the like robot face. So it looks pretty badass. But I'm starting to lose hope I'm gonna ever find any more variants of McFarlane figures. They like go like that.
Yeah, they seem to be not so bad for a while, and then everybody kind of got hip to it. And
yeah, I got excited because I was at Target with my fiance, and they had just put out the first appearance Batman, and I saw, and then like the shelf looked like it was like full, so I went and looked because I wanted to see if I could find that variant of it because I wanted that cape, and yeah, no, it's just normal.
I can't even find evidence of some of these. Like I always, stop at least one Target like after work just to keep in the loop, and I'm like, I don't see anything anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I do like those page punchers though. They very much give me some 90s vibes with that like clamshell.
Oh yeah.
And just especially with those Superman figures where they're all like over sculpted, like it's very 90s.
Very Spawn, very McFarlane.
So
I remember this Superman, the Total Justice Superman, came with like the Ghostbusters like laser beam for some reason. Like it was like the old style like Kenner Ghostbusters that you would spin the back of it and it would like go wah, 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 wah. So stupid, but hilarious.
It worked.
Is that everything then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just stopped and smiled at the camera, so I wasn't sure.
That was like cute.
Before we
okay.
Before we move on to Nate, so Boogeyman 13 asked, he says, "Oh, don't know if any of you buy 1/18th scale, but the Spin Masters Batman Returns Keaton Batman and 89 Batwing went up for pre-order this week. Supposed to be released in July on Amazon."
It's only $20. How is that only $20? It's huge.
I'm very confused by it though.
What?
Like it's the Batman Returns Batman 89 Batwing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I looked at the figure, it didn't look specifically like it was Batman Returns, but why did they do that?
Because they know that there's some 40-year-old men who will buy it.
But wait a minute.
No, but
they put the wrong Batman with the Batwing.
But they're just cashing in on the fact that you're going to want the Batwing.
Yeah, but why not put the 89 Batman with it?
Because they probably didn't make one.
Because the 89 Batman's chest logo is terrible.
That too.
Can you imagine them trying to paint that? They probably were like, okay, let's paint this 89 logo on this like this logo that's like that big, and they were like, this is never gonna work.
Just seems weird, but I mean, it's great. It's cool. It's $20.
There's 2 less points on that bat symbol, so they were able to get like 50 more done in an hour.
Lex Lingo says, "I took the head and put it on Kingdom Come Batman. It looks great." I'm assuming he's talking about the Superman head. Big Choice Collectibles.
Why would he put this on
to make Bruce Wayne?
Batman then?
To make it Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay.
That'd be my guess.
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, that like.
Get that back up here. Put that back up here. No,
No,
not
that's
him.
the fucking Superman.
Yeah, a real man. Like, not that boy.
Not that boy.
We're not here to see boys. Come on. Well, that's all right, but
Yeah, that does look very
man.
much. Yeah,
yep.
that's
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne in Kingdom Come.
I mean, you got to just change the hair a little bit, or color the hair a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
Did you guys,
that's how.
Here I was being a smartass, and I got put in my place. That's awesome.
Yeah,
did you ever read Public Enemies?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where they have, isn't that the one where they have Batman and he's like, or no, it's Shazam. It's Shazam and Superman and they're beating Superman up, and then he's like, no, I'm Shazam, so he's not affected by kryptonite. It's like they all look the same. It's like a joke.
Yeah. Alan says I'll stick with the Mofex. I'm not sure. I'm assuming he's talking about just Superman in general, or maybe just he doesn't collect the McFarlane figures. I'm not sure. Dennis says agreed. CXL Bane / Batman 2-pack pre-order does look the Mofex Bane has some size. Oh yeah, seeing the pictures of the Mofex Bane next to other Mofex figures in Japan, all my worries about it are gone. Like, he looks huge. I'm very excited. Boogeyman says they already had the returns mold for Young Barry Flash. I mean, did they though? Because I'm off for the Spin Masters.
Yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah, because all they had to do was change the cowl. Like like from here down, it's the same body, so they probably just cheaped out.
Yeah, they were like, how can we make this the least expensive? Don't care about Batman. Just care about
I would
the
just
Batwing.
say,
For
to
$20.
me, the way it's weird, like, I wouldn't even call it out
Just say like Batman
on the box.
and
Just
it's
call
Batman.
it Batman.
It's at that
Yeah.
scale. Who cares?
We
Like,
apparently care.
so, but I mean, to call it out on the box.
So yes, someone cares.
To call it out on the box. Like,
to be
that
very
made me
specific
care.
about it being wrong.
right.
What-
If
yeah,
they just would have
absolutely.
put and Batman, I'd have been like, cool.
Yeah, but see, with them putting that on it, someone somewhere bought it just because it's that.
It's probably because Warner
So
Brothers was like, listen, you can't use the 89 costume because we owe that dude like $50 and we can't pay him.
Oh my god.
One of these answers are correct.
Fig Fan Samurai says you could also just buy the Fidgetal Wave Batman who comes with the extra unmasked head sculpt for $2 less.
Total. It's like, what?
Boogeyman says Nate, no one cares, and here are my top 10 reasons why.
Fair enough.
Alan says up to date how many Superman and Batmans have been made by McFarlane. Oh god.
That's a good number.
100
number
each.
Like,
Well, correction.
Only
Batman's
100
probably
each?
like at 150. Superman's probably at
Really?
100.
yeah, I would have went higher.
I'm gonna count them. I'm gonna count them as soon as tonight's over, and then I'll tell you.
I hope you do.
Wait, you don't have like a spreadsheet of like everything?
He's not that
Me?
organized.
No.
He's not.
I
He's
mean,
not.
he-
He's not like
I'm
Wes,
not
where he has
either.
the spreadsheet of everything he's looking for and everything he has.
But Corey does have a list of all the figures he wants all these companies to make that haven't been made yet.
That is an odd.
But
Only
not a
for
catalog of,
Oh, is it only for Marvel? You don't have one for everybody else?
Is it because
No.
McFarlane's line's so new that list would be too big and you don't want to write it all?
No, it's just that like the Toy Biz Marvel, like the 5 POA series, like that was like my first venture of like Marvel figures. So, and it lasted like so long. It was like stupid long. So just one day I was just like, I'm gonna make a list of everything they haven't done yet. And then I don't know, I decided somewhere, I was like, okay, if I get all this, then I can be happy with Marvel Legends. I don't even know. I haven't looked at it in a long time. I don't even know how many are left. It's still a really long
Too
list.
many.
It's still a really long list.
Okay, one last question before Nate goes, and then we'll move
Where's he
on.
going?
Fig Fan Samurai wants to know if Corey and Nate, what do you think of that new McFarlane Collector's Wave? I'm assuming he's talking
So
about
we
the
saw-
Batman Forever. Unless there's something else that I don't know about.
Yeah, that's not a collector's
Well,
edition wave.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Superboy, like Teen Titans Superboy, like black shirt.
Okay.
And then I think they announced the next one, which was manga Batman, which
Mhm.
I have no desire to buy.
Yeah, that's a choice.
And then I don't think they've announced the third one yet, because they usually come in threes. But I will totally get that. I will totally get that Superboy though. That was like my Superboy too. I love that.
So, what random character we think is going to be the variant that has not a variant of the same character?
Oh, they'll probably put Superboy in the awesome, jacket and sunglasses and the fade and all that. There'll be a whole other figure, but it'll be a platinum edition. And then Todd will just sit back and say, "Oh, y'all can suck my dick."
No, I think it's going to be Superboy Zorro, because there was a Bizarro variant of him, because he's like got Lex Luthor blood in him. He shaves his head, and then he like becomes Bizarro.
I remember that.
Hmm.
If I was going to stick with it, with the comic stuff, I would be interested in the Superboy, but I bailed on the comic stuff at this point. It's so frustrating. This platinum shit has already just turned me, like, other than like really bizarre characters like Captain Carrot and like Ambush Bug. Like, I'm definitely getting Ambush Bug. I got Batman, Nightwing, and Robin from Nightfall. I'm not worried about everything else. Like, the whole Night's End thing just pissed me off so bad.
It is frustrating.
Assuming
It's
you
so
mean the fact that Azrael the Blue was
the
chase. Okay.
Yeah, and I would want to go back and get the original Nightfall Batman, or the original Asbats, the from Night Quest, which was amazing. But even like Corey was looking for it at the time, and it was impossible. So it would cost me a bunch. I had that Bane Batman 2-pack pre-ordered. But that was like another $60, and I was like, you know what? I don't need Bane. It just turned me off. I'm still sticking with the movie stuff, but it pissed me off.
But to answer the question with, like, I have no idea. Those collector waves are the most random characters. Like, they have no theme. There's no theme for the collector figures. Like, they were like, here's a super steroided, jacked out Superman with the JSA Green Lantern. Like, nothing coincides with one another at all. So I don't know. I do want that Superpowers Penguin though. That's a good variant.
That is such a great segue, because it's now June and I got my June Superpowers figure.
Hey-o!
So this is the Mattel Penguin
Wait,
from quite a few years ago.
I'm confused. What's June Superpower? What?
Every month Nate gets a new Superpowers figure.
Oh.
Yeah, glad somebody pays attention.
Ha.
Yeah, I don't laugh, Jamar. You didn't either.
No, I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, this is a thing.
I didn't realize this was a thing.
It's
So
changed.
I got Penguin.
Who was last month?
I might not have shown it.
See, then how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know it's a shtick if you don't even
it's
show
not a
it on the
shtick.
show?
It's not a shtick. It's just I get a figure every month. It's Cyclotron. So
I don't know who the fuck
I know
that
I
is.
did show him off. I did show him off.
You showed him
Cyclotron?
us.
Yeah, Cyclotron.
Oh, okay.
Here,
Fuck is that?
I can go get him again, but I showed him off in the package. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember this. Because I would have been like, who the fuck's that?
Yeah, I think
You
that's
showed
what
me.
you said.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm saying that most of the time.
Okay, never
Dude,
mind.
no way.
I don't believe that this.
He was
a
in the
thing.
package, and you guys didn't give a shit because you guys don't normally pay attention when I talk anyway.
I usually pay attention when you talk about things that I care about.
But wait a minute,
Right.
because that
So
looks
never.
like a Motu
Yeah.
character. Like,
Yeah. No. Superpowers.
Michael
That's
will
all
only
I'm saying.
care about Cyclotron when the Mafex one comes out.
Right.
Even then, I won't care. I'm not paying
Like,
$80 for a
yo,
character I've never
he
heard
comes
of.
with a cool
Yeah, he'll get the
weight.
reissue because then he realized he missed out. These I didn't show before.
No,
I
I'll
got
get the
these
reissue
from-
when I sell the first one.
I'm talking. So I went up to your Toy Connection a couple weeks ago when they were having their big anniversary sale, and I picked up a couple Star Wars figures. One is my Foyne Padme #1, where she's got the little belly shirt, one of two from that movie. But she also comes with this cool base of sand.
Cool.
Sand.
So is this
And
to
then
keep
also-
Anakin away?
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, and then also this cool cape.
That keeps Anakin away.
This also keeps Anakin away.
Yeah.
But what doesn't
Yes.
keep Anakin away would be this figure. So,
Oh.
sexy Padme time. What I do think is funny is like you can see on the shoulders that she's got those like, you know, it's got the
Articulation.
but yet it's got
Oh,
this
yeah.
wrapped thing around it that
Yeah.
holds her arms down.
So they should
Didn't really think that one through. But you know, that's Star Wars from 15 years ago.
It's
So-
probably Star Wars from now, let's be honest.
I mean, no, they do a way better job in Vintage Collection, like with articulation and joints. I mean, some of the best engineering that Hasbro is doing.
I'm
is
just
in those
saying that like
3/4.
if they did that character, would they really just like
Oh
make her
yeah,
statue?
yeah.
They would probably do the same
Um,
thing, just reuse.
But this thing's been a long time coming. I got a couple weeks ago. I got the Ramen Toys 1989 Batmobile
Oh, the conversion
upgrade
kit.
thing.
Tag.
And I finally like busted it open and changed out the canopy and stuff. So I honestly can't believe what a huge difference this makes. So I mean, it
does
just
look really good, yeah.
yeah, the canopy is the right color. It's like the right size. The windows are correct. I mean, the other stuff that you get are the gas caps that you stick on the back, and then it's got the little machine guns and stuff, and those are cool. But the canopy is what does it. I mean, it takes it from mid to
To lit.
Riz.
Riz.
So
How hard was it to install that canopy?
not hard at all. You do have to unscrew. You have to get one of those really
Mhm.
long, thin screwdrivers, unscrew all the screws, pop out the bottom. Then you can get up there and you got to unscrew another thing to move it out, and then you put the new one in. Once you do that, it's not that hard. It'll take you like 20 minutes.
Well, because I've got the
Like, it's-
conversion kit to make mine a 2-seater, so that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would just be taking the screws out of the bottom, and then actually taking the canopy. There's like 3 screws to remove the canopy as a whole,
Mhm.
and then you could just put yours up in there. So yeah, so like an extra 5 minutes, probably. But does it replace the canopy too?
No, it just makes it a 2-seater because I didn't. Cause
Okay.
For me, I just got it because it was one of those things where it was like on sale, and I was like, sure, why not?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't care because it's never like my figure is never going to go in there. Like, so I don't care. Like, it's always
See,
just
like if
sit
I'm
like
gonna
this
display it, I'd probably have the canopy like slid forward and like Batman like perched like coming out of it.
Yeah. See, I would have it, on display with Batman standing in front of it, like that sweet poster that all of us had back then. Because they used to sell posters. Like, it was just sweet. It was just Batman standing by the Batmobile. It was a horizontal poster. It was awesome.
Also,
the
question:
last
what is
thing I have-
what is toy? What was the place that you went that had a sale?
Toy Connection.
your Toy Connection in Ravenna?
Oh, I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, probably not.
It's more like
I go to-
your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if it's not ours, that's for sure.
I go to cool stores.
Without me, I know you don't really invite us
What?
on any adventures
Did you guys ever go?
because you don't ask.
It's
Those
not
are
ours.
literally that's a very vicious cycle. We don't
Even
find
if
out
we
until
don't go-
literally we get together on Wednesday and you're like, I went to this cool place and this cool place and this cool place, and we're like, oh, thanks for the invite.
Want to go to Toy High this weekend, Michael?
On the
Listen, you've already
Oh.
tried to pull that one on me.
So I don't
He
know
did
what
it
to tell
while
you.
he was at work.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just take my break right
You're not
now.
wrong.
Anyway,
He was on, let's be honest, he was on the clock. He didn't take his break.
He's He's like, I hope nobody's watching this from work.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
I work on commission, so they can suck my balls. Like what I'm doing, like
Is that what
I'm
you
out.
do for a job?
What?
Suck their balls.
I'm in my car most of the time. Like half of my day is in my car,
$20
so I can
is
get on my phone.
20 bucks is 20
Yeah,
bucks.
man. Anyway, I didn't take part of the whatever sale that Hasbro was having, but I did get something from their outlet. I was never going to pay full price for this, but this ended up being like $40. So I got the Extensive Enterprises Crimson Strike Team. So the packaging, like a lot of their exclusives, is top notch.
Yeah, that's fucking.
It's a slip cover.
That's got some riz, as the kids would
Yeah.
say.
And it's a
Yeah.
brief-
It's a hard.
Ooh,
Cardboard
so it's not even
case,
it's not even like the
blood on
shitty
it?
cheap like cardboard we usually
No.
get.
No, and it's got magnets, so it makes it look like it's a briefcase. So it has the Extensive Enterprises, and you're supposed to pop it open. And then there's gold bars.
Ooh.
And then there's, I don't know why they're so mad, but it must have something to do with Chuckles down here.
They're pretty
But
mad.
then when you remove the gold bars, then you have
That's cool.
your
I have that
Crimson
from
Strike Team.
when it originally came out, and I still have never opened it. So
Yeah.
you opened it, I'm like, damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's just been sitting
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on getting this, but like I said, it was like $40, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'll take it. Take a red Baroness anytime. And, that's it. That's all I got. Oh, wait, no. This is dumb, but I was at the mall, strangely enough, on Sunday, and I saw one of these little figures that you can get, and they're not blind boxes because they tell you right on the front.
Oh yeah, the little anime ones.
Yeah, and I've gotten a few of these before, and like of the small characters, and they kind of scale nicely with SH Figure. It's like I got Corin, and he looked really good. So I got Dr. I think it's Hebo, something like that. I don't know. But it was from Dragon Ball Superhero, and I liked him as a character. I thought he was cool. But he's a little smaller than I would like him to be, but he's still
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Which is fine. He's supposed to be like super tiny, so
Like washed out, but yeah. So I'll just throw him in there. His
Exactly.
colors are all washed out, but whatever. It's because of my lamp. But yeah, that's it. Now I'm done. You can talk again.
cool. Thank
I
you.
won't yell at you.
Real quick, the chat. Fig Fan Samurai Horny Padme statue is on point. Dennis says, too bad Ramen couldn't make it a two-seater. He could not. However, I pulled it up to remember who I ordered mine from. If you're looking for it, Toxic Toy Depot on Instagram. I don't know if he still has any, but he was selling the conversion kit to make it a two-seater. You do have to paint it yourself, though. That's the unfortunate part. Fig Fan Samurai says, that Batmobile is no cap, LOL. We've got Big Wood. How's it going, man? Fig Fan Samurai, that poster was dope. I had that poster. Thanks for the memory unlock, Nate.
Yep. I got to recreate that with my toys.
So we have a few minutes here, and I promised Nate that we would discuss the HasLab Cantina. So I will let you take the stage, Nate. What did you want to?
I just wanted to. I guess I don't know. I want to talk about it, and I don't even know if our audience really even cares.
I feel
or
like our
whatever.
audience is literally the audience that cares. Have you seen what
But
our
I don't
channel
know if
does?
I mean, I don't know, like if like the Star Wars Vintage Collection though is,
Like, is it-
specifically. But like when the leak first initially happened, I'm not real sure why my voice did that. It may be going through puberty. That's very strange. The leak's very
Teen
late.
Wolf Mom 3, second puberty.
Yeah, in puberty. When the leak first was announced, like I didn't believe it, or like
Mhm.
I didn't want to believe it. Like I even told friend of the show BFC, I'm like, I don't even think that's real. I don't even know if I believed it or if I just didn't want it to be real, because I wanted it to be a big vehicle. I wanted it to be. I thought it was going to be the ship from the Bad Batch, and we were going to finally get the Bad Batch crew. Because again, we've only gotten Hunter in the Vintage Collection.
Which is criminal.
One.
It's super terrible.
Like Black Series has gotten both seasons or 2 seasons outfits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whatever. So like I was like initially disappointed, but then the live stream happened, and like I didn't get a chance to watch it right away. But you know, everybody was like, "Oh, it's the Cantina, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it was true." And then I watched the live stream, and I saw the presentation, and I saw what it could do, and I people are being negative online, and I think they're missing the point. And I was so blown away by what it is, what it can do, the modularity behind it, the engineering, the design. This thing, like I see people say like, "Oh, the Hasbro Star Wars team is so out of touch," and maybe in some things they are, but I mean, this thing is just every little detail in it is so incredible and done so well that I just can't believe some of the reaction that we've gotten. And I know, Corey, you said you didn't really like that there was two options. I think that's actually awesome.
Yeah,
If somebody
that's
can
how I
go
think
for
all HasLab should be.
a lesser route if you don't want that extra stuff. Like that extra stuff isn't for everybody, and you have an option for a lesser one, a lesser price one, and you're really not missing. You're not really missing a lot. It's just if you want that extra. I think it's awesome that they give you options because you don't not get the figures. Like you get the figures in either version, so
Yeah,
it
the
doesn't
stretch
matter.
goals.
It's just if you want more shit. You know, and people say, "Oh, it's it's too expensive." And I'm again, like with every HasLab, I'm not going to say that it's not expensive because it is. It's $500 or $400. Like it's expensive, but just again,
How massive it
looking
is.
at what went into the work behind it and how big it is. I mean, that Jabba set or the Boba Fett set, I love it. I love it for the price, and I paid full price. And this thing looks 3 times bigger than that, and I am concerned. I think it's going to fund. I don't think they're going to go through the stretch goals. And that takes me back to my original point, and that's what this whole thing is now based around, is the figures that you get. And I'm like, that part of it drives me fucking crazy because, yeah, the figures are nice, but that shouldn't be your whole basis behind everything. The item is the item, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And I guess that's all I have to say. I'm just really disappointed if this isn't a success or for whatever reason it doesn't fund. That tells Hasbro that we're not interested in modular play sets and things. And I just think that's the wrong message to send. Because, yeah, not everything is going to be a big vehicle. But imagine what they could do with like a modular Death Star or, a modular Cloud City or, I don't know. But like all these different possibilities, a modular Ewok village, I mean, I would love that. I've been talking about that forever. I don't know. I'm really bummed out at the reception that it's getting because one, I don't share that opinion, and two, I just don't think people are looking at it the right way. But maybe I'm looking at it too. You're right. That's true.
I will say that I love it. I think it's perfect, right? If you would say make a Star Wars Cantina, it's literally the most perfect it could be. There's nothing else they could do other than maybe make like a molded floor. Like right. That's like the only thing. But if right off the bat, and instead of stretch goals, if they were just like, yes, you get these figures, I would have already pre-ordered it. It would have already been done. But like, I'm sorry, but like my thing is like all of those, if you want this like Cantina, the most representative playset of the Cantina, I'm sitting here thinking you got all these characters that they haven't made yet at all, right? And it's like, if those stretch goals don't go through, are they seriously like never gonna make those characters? Like that should never be a sentence coming out of Hasbro's mouth. Like, hey, we're not gonna make this character from A New Hope. Like that.
But they're nobody characters. They're only there for the hardcore people who want this kind of thing.
But yeah, if you buy the
like
Cantina set and it doesn't reach those, now you can't.
But let's be honest, you can go back and get figures that you can use to fill your cantina if you really want to from other sets. This is just
Yep.
a cherry on top to be like, you get updated versions of them that have articulation and all of
Not
this.
updated.
They're not,
These have never been made. Some of these figures have never.
I thought the
been made.
bartender had been made.
The bartender has been made.
Yeah,
The
bartender.
four-armed guy has been made.
I think only
Greedo
two was
has
the
been
sisters that didn't because they.
made. The sisters and the werewolf
Yeah.
have never been made.
The
But-
sisters are a part of the.
Or
They're not a stretch goal, right?
No, they're included.
Okay.
Okay, so no matter what, you get them. So at least no matter what, you
Yeah.
get two characters that have never been made.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. Like,
And the bartender, and you get the bartender too, which has been made, but not great.
yeah, but
I
regardless,
don't
like.
even count
Most
that at
most
this
people are gonna fill this thing with like power of the force, like aliens and stuff to flesh it out more and
No,
make it
they're
look
not.
more busy.
You're not going to put power of the force stuff in there. You're going to put like the shit I got. There's some power of the force, but I'm going to get
Vintage
Legacy
collection.
Collection and
Okay,
Vintage
like the
Collection.
stuff
and,
that came after before Vintage Collection. It's not going to be vintage all
Yeah.
Vintage Collections is what I meant.
Right.
You're gonna get older
Yeah.
figures that aren't gonna be
Yeah.
nearly as good, but still be
But,
in there.
Corey, let me ask you this. So if they were funded, or if you could, and those stretch goals were hit, you would say that you're into it. So this is the mentality that I don't understand. So why not
Back
put
it
your
to get there.
order in to help the numbers and get us closer?
I mean, I probably will by the end.
But
Why not do it
that's-
now? It doesn't charge you.
Why not do it now?
Yeah, what's stopping you?
What's the difference?
The difference is it helps.
Everything.
It makes it like, because if a bunch of people are like holding
Oh,
out
damn.
for this odd reason, when it doesn't charge you right away, it gives the perception that's not going to fund, which makes less people likely to do it. But if all these people who are like, well, I'm going to do it anyway in the end on the last day, why not just fucking do it now? It doesn't affect you except for you pressed a fucking button
I don't know.
you helped make it look more successful
It gets-
to
it
help
gets
it fund, to help you
clunker.
get all the shit you're bitching you're not going to get.
Yeah,
You're literally
I
the
don't-
toxic mentality is literally the only reason you're not getting these fucking toys is because you don't want to support the thing to get the fucking toys. It's that simple.
My work here is done. But it's and I hate that you took the brunt of that, but Michael's absolutely correct, and that's exactly how I feel, and it drives me crazy. If you're somewhat interested in it and you want to see it succeed, then order it, because you can, one,
but-
it doesn't charge you until it's over, and two, you can cancel.
Yeah.
So if you get to the last day and you're like, well, I guess it's not going to happen, or you wait till 11:30, you can pull your pre-order.
Or if you're like, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't like it, you can cancel it.
Yeah.
As long as you
But
cancel it before they
But
charge
if you
you.
order it now, and like, because I always think if one person does it, that means there's 5 others, and if those 5, then there's 5 others off them, and it's a chain reaction. Because we saw it happen with the Ghost, and people were being kind of shitty about it last time around. They were literally like online yelling at people about it, but it still happened that last day. I think they did like almost 10,000 units in the last day, and that one funded so quickly. If everyone had ordered on day 1, they would have blown through those goals, which I still hate that that's even a thing. I think they would have added something to it. I think they would have added a stand, like a flight stand. I think they would have added something else, just little extra. Because like the Transformers ones go so quickly without drama, they do throw in little extra things. They threw in like those 2 little Micromasters on Deathsaurus. That wasn't even a stretch goal. They're just like, this was such a success, we're throwing these in. And yeah, it's little. It's 2 little things, but it's like,
Shit
cool.
you weren't going to get anyway. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm done.
But no, like, I don't even like get most of these because I don't have the funds or the space for
Right.
most of them. But like, I see the logic there, and it doesn't make sense not to. Like,
So, Michael, what you're saying is you should just back it.
and then cancel
Just
at the
to help the
third
numbers.
at the 30.
I don't want that. I really don't want that, because I don't want a bunch of false pre-orders.
Yeah.
Because then when they like, because I would imagine they would take them. I don't know.
Yeah,
And I
if
think you have, like,
at 11:59 on that last day, if it dropped like 5,000 backers,
yeah,
they'd be like, well, we didn't hit those goals because a bunch of people canceled. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Which makes
Because I
sense,
think you
the
have
idea
like
is
so many
they-
days even after they charge you to cancel.
That I don't know.
I'm not for sure on that, but I thought that that's a thing. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was.
I'll say with that sale, I got that Jabba's Palace, and I was like, when that package came in the mail, I was like blown away by how big it is. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, it is definitely worth the price that I paid for it. So
it was worth the price I paid for it, and I paid a lot more. I have no doubt, and I think I said this last week, that all of those that are left are because people ordered them, and then they realized it was going to charge around the same time as the Ghost, and they had to choose, and they chose correctly.
Yeah.
But that also hurts the brand a little bit, and that's Hasbro's fault. That's straight up. They
dropped
planned
on
this.
that.
They fucked up. Like there's no excuse for that.
So I do want to throw in also, like, for people who like, their issue is like, is it worth the price or money? Think of it this way: you're getting so much more for just $100 difference than what NECA was offering for a sewer layer for the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and
like,
also
it's a different scale, but it's still, you're getting a bigger play set with significantly more accessories.
And the cool thing about the deluxe set, because you get 3 more alcoves. Those alcoves are the same in Jabba's palace, so you can actually use those with your Jabba's palace if you want to as well. Yeah, I'm actually almost half tempted to get a second, like, lesser set and take those alcoves and put it, and then I'd have an extra set of figures. Because I tell you what, if this thing only hits like 8,000 to 10,000 units, the figures that we do get, the Tonica Sisters and but especially the Tonica Sisters, because there's been such a history of those figures never being produced, those are going to end up being worth so much money.
Like probably double what you paid for the whole thing.
But
each.
Yeah.
So down the line.
Nate, let me ask you, like, we're constantly, like, you and I in particular going, I'm pretty much out of room. I got 3 bedrooms down here, and they're getting close to at capacity. Where are you going to put a sofa-sized cantina?
Right.
In its box in the corner?
Again, though, that's the beauty of the unit. I don't have to display the whole thing. I could display just the bar. I could display just the alcoves. I could do just the entrance. I can actually, for something that takes up a sofa size, could be cut down to something, and I could constantly rotate that out or put it in a different place. Like, that's the beauty of this set. I think this is the most size-conscious set they've ever done like this.
It gives you options, because you have multiple shelves.
I think
with
in
parts
reality, you're just going to have the Tonica on display.
Oh, that's cute. You think he's going to take those out of the box. Those
but as a carded vintage collection collector, I can't open those, and it drives me crazy.
Well, that's why you should get a second. You should get a second one solely for that, so you can.
And I thought about it, but my wife's totally fine with the one. If I sold her on the idea of the second one, it would be then to sell those figures to recoup the cost, and I don't want to do that.
What if you sold other figures?
I mean, that's a possibility too. I could do that, but I'm just real hesitant because, like, the market is down right now, and I don't want to, like, some of the stuff, I'm going to take a loss on. There's, Black Series keeps releasing any figure that's worth 20 over, like, 1 penny over $24.99 on the secondary market. They're going to re-release that shit because they have announced like 9 re-releases. Not even like in new packaging, like straight up reissues of every figure that was worth a decent amount. By the way, Jamar, the first Cal Kestis is being reissued. The Black Series one, the one that was really hard to get there for a while.
The other one, for the new game, I believe it was just pre-order, so I did grab that.
Yeah. So, but I want this thing so bad. And I'm afraid of not getting it. I know we're not going to get all the figures. I know it. And I agree with you, Corey, to say ahead of time, like, and I know why they're saying it. They're saying if these don't get hit, we're not going to make them. Because if you say that we're going to make them, then what's the incentive to try to hit it?
Yeah.
But still, it's still kind of shitty at the same time. And because, I mean, you see the card back that Greedo is on. Anybody who's a Star Wars fan knows that's not the right card. That's not the card back that he should be on. So, like, the first thing I was like, oh, they're going to re-release it in the main line with the correct card. So,
my thought process is, why not don't announce the stretch goals until you hit the first stretch goal?
Yeah, that keeps the hype. That keeps the hype.
My thing is that keeps
It
people from
does.
being like, oh, well, we're not going to hit that, so I have no chance of getting that figure, and it's never going to get made, is my thought.
This is a weird one because this was supposed to be announced
Dude.
a couple weeks ago, and then it kind of got dumped weirdly on a Friday. People already knew about it because of the leak, so the excitement was down, and it's only a 30-day campaign. So it's already got so much going against it.
How long are they normally?
I think like 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at least longer than a month. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one's got 26 days left, and it is 57%.
Yeah, dude, you're almost at 60%. It's going to be funded. There's no way it's not going to be funded.
But
That's like crazy.
I think the biggest concern is it's such a slow burn compared to the ships. Because those ships were like day 2, day 1 funding.
I think that's more like at its core, 3 3/4 Star Wars should be and was a ship toy line. Like selling the ships were like, that was where it was fun, having the ships. The figures are cool, but that was like, you were building them to have ships, fighters, and just like G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was a vehicle-based, that was where you wanted your kids' focus to be as a toy seller, and play sets, yes, but I think to a lesser degree, that's why the HasLabs that are the ships just go so quick.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree. Even like amongst people like that are just outside our hobby that have gotten in on previous HasLabs that I've seen, friends of mine, they got Razor Crest or got the Ghost. I sent them the link to this and they were like, it's not a ship. I'm good. And I'm not saying that everyone should get this because it's not for everyone. Like I understand some people either don't give a shit about the Cantina, and I get that. Or they realistically don't have the space or the funds. Like I'm not even saying that. Like that's a real legitimate thing. But the lukewarm reception is going to scare them away from doing it again, and that's a bummer too.
Yeah,
because this thing just looks incredible.
Mm-hmm. Like I saw it and I got excited, and I don't even collect Star Wars.
Right.
Like I wish that I would get shit like that for fucking Marvel or DC or Ninja Turtles, but maybe not at a ridiculous price with nothing in it.
When you think about it. This is only
$100 more than the sewer layer.
Yeah. The non-deluxe one is only $100 more.
It's only 6 of those Donatello hologram portals.
Yeah.
That's
How many
good.
cups did you get with the layer, the sewer set?
Yeah. This thing's got like 100 cups.
Yeah.
Cups, man. So many cups.
And you know what? If you're into action figure photography, this would be amazing to have.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
It's still like one of the most recent texts I've sent you.
But then my phone is it's gonna be a whole thing.
For memory.
It would be fantastic for
birthday parties. You could throw birthday parties at the Cantina.
I mostly just have
If
things
you
about
had like
Corey's
a 3
titties.
3/4. It should be like the thing I sent you today, and then the very next thing above that should be the.
Oh, because it's text, not a picture.
Yeah.
You'll just edit this out. If you have an interest in toy photography, as Corey obviously does, because he was just talking about it, or looking to improve your camera skills, or simply looking for inspiration, well, I'll tell you, the Cantina is where it's at. But other than that, Toytography Magazine has what you need. They offer in-depth interviews with skilled artists, probably people who worked on the HasLab Cantina, tips for lighting, composition, and other areas of photography. There's places for you to put LED lights up in the tables so that they light up like in the movie. Yeah, there's actually like little holes.
That's fucking dope.
That's what I'm saying. You got to watch the live stream, dude. You didn't watch the live stream?
I watched that opening sequence, but that was about it.
You didn't watch them talk about it?
No, I just watched the
Dude,
cool fucking
part.
Apple presentation.
when they pull it out and actually start moving it around and messing with it, oh my God. Then you would totally have tips for lighting, composition, and other areas of photography, figure posing, working with props, artist wall contests, and more. Look at that shit. There's even like a little keyboard that nobody even knew existed, but they found it in the Lucasfilm archives and put it there. Also, those bin dispensers, some of those dispensers are IG-88 heads. Yeah, right there. Those are IG-88 heads.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, the one thing about waiting for the HasLab Cantina, you don't have to wait as long at Toytography. Their quarterly magazine is available in digital and print. You can visit the website at toytography.com. Look at that. It's amazing. You're also welcome to join the Toytography magazine Facebook page, where you can share your photos, discuss tips, and participate in contests. I'm going to see you there.
And I will too. Thank you, Nate. And link is in the description below. June's issue is out. I do have an article in there where I discuss how to remove your figure stands from your photos in Photoshop. That article will also be available in a digital version next week, I believe, on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair. It's $1. You get anything that we do that's pre-recorded, any updates, any photos, anything like that early. And then you get also access to put input for the weekly podcast and a fake podcast for Nate to read after every live stream. Real quick though, I do want to acknowledge there was one thing, like chat popped off while we were going on about the HasLab, and I feel bad because there's so much. But Fig Fan Samurai said, "We care, let's go." Boogeyman says, "Star Wars map potential Ecto 1 6-inch scale, yes please." Dennis put, "All the figures are totaled into the final cost. They're not rewarded successfully." We've got Random Smelly Bubble. "I own the patent to a module wall diorama. If you flip the walls or shuffle them around, they turn into different scene." There was another thing I wanted to read. Where to go? Fig Fan Samurai said that they are exclusive card backs, so that gives them wiggle room for
but we got clarification that if they don't get hit in this, they're not going to be made
at all
in the main line.
Okay. So they did clarify that.
Make them,
then they'll re-release them for everybody else. Okay, that's fair. So if you're,
not the 3 that come with it initially though. Those are exclusive to the campaign. Yep.
Okay.
They'll definitely come out with the Black Series though, like tomorrow.
I do wonder because
they will.
Because of the issues with the Tonica sisters, I think this is the only way to do it.
What's the issues?
There was like some contract issues.
Yeah, there's licensing issues. They were like the only people that didn't sign off on something, and then
one of them did.
Then they did sign something,
and they never called them, and it was a whole thing.
And then they died, and then it was a whole thing. Yeah.
Right. So
no, they're not twins.
Oh, they look identical.
Well, one's like a foot taller.
Oh.
Identical if one's on a soapbox.
Yeah.
Real quick shout out to Boogeyman though, because like, action figure photography, tell me more. If only there was a handy magazine to tell me how to develop my skills. Appreciate you.
And website and Facebook group.
Yeah.
Real quick, Michael, you the Random Smelly Bubble, I do have it up on mine. The name is called Dualrama, which I just wanted to point out because that's a cool name.
That is, Dualrama.
That's really cool.
That is pretty dope.
That is all.
So yeah. Sorry if I didn't get to everybody in chat there at the end, because there was like 30 messages that popped off while we were going on our tirade. If you enjoyed this live stream though, hopefully you like and subscribe. Helps us out and gets you toy-related content in your feed. Right now, a lot of stuff on the channel is on hiatus, but here in a few weeks I will be moving, and that should get the ball rolling on getting things with the channel back where they were. Maybe not quite before, because before, like last year, we posted 350 videos, and that's not happening again. Sorry. not unless this channel becomes a lot more profitable to where like it could become a full-time gig. I can't do 350 videos a year anymore. That was a rough year. It was worth it to get to the 10,000 subscribers, but boy oh boy, it took a lot out of me. In the meantime, though, we appreciate all of you. You can check us out Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. You can check out Jamar over on I already forgot what the new thing was. Kick.
I did too. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, I'm on Kick.
You're on Kick at Jamar_Games.
That's right. I just signed that deal.
Yeah, that you got that sponsorship. Corey, where can everyone find you?
At Vile Consumption, Facebook, Instagram. I just started to discontinue some of my posters because I realized this last trip I was like, I have too many posters. So some designs are going away. So check them out.
Yeah, and you got to put a limited edition sticker on them so that way people know and they'll sell faster.
Yeah, start retiring them.
Yeah, marketing.
Retired.
Put them in the vault.
Yep.
Moratorium.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to put a Disney Black Diamond on them.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
We worth thousands.
Mm-hmm. On the black
like 20
market.
years from now, I'm just going to be like, I've secretly been drawing penises in all of my posters.
Not even secretly.
That's just been on everything. All right. Yeah, all of Corey's stuff in the description below. Nate, what do you have for us this week? And I did make sure to pre-read it just because the first line scared me.
This is a good one. I'm not going to lie. This is a good one.
And also, that's why I had to send it to you as a text because it was so long I couldn't screenshot it.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready? Because this is probably the most monumental event in modern Toy Fair history. This is Modern Toy Fair After Dark. This is a new X-rated podcast.
We're always
barely,
after
yeah, it barely made it past our standards and practices division, which, to be honest, is very lax.
Yeah.
The Modern
Way too
Toy
lax
Fair
sometimes.
crew joins Chatterbait to raise money for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Michael streams under the moniker fingerless_gloves_tickle_feet, or fingerless gloves tickle feet, where he does just that, and he loves it, in spite of the face he's currently making now.
That written in there?
Jamar lost access to the name Jamar Bangs due to a trademark infringement suit from a Portland-based hairstylist. Jamar re-registers as Donatello's Thick Pole with underscores. I don't like reading the underscores because I think it deflates the joke. Where he spends the stream polishing his bow staff and sometimes one of his friends. Nate becomes the master of your universe, where he strokes his power sword and demands tribute from his followers while wearing a blonde He-Man wig and nothing else.
Just what you think of that one thumbnail.
Does the curtain match the drapes?
Oh, it will.
Just gotta
Corey,
wait for
going by the
that, too.
name Poultry Delight for Me, does things so illegal that he leases a boat with a Starlink satellite internet stream from international waters to avoid prosecution. Seaman Corey earns the new title, the man whose rooster is not the only cock going inside his hens. And lastly, Nate Bryant, would like to close out this fake podcast and this real podcast by saying, my fellow Cobras, the time is drawing near. You know what to do. Fear not, the serpent of faith will guide us to victory. Cobra.
Oh, God. On that wonderful note, hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.
Cobra!